Alright, so say you had a kind of a fucked up day where you got a phone call about something while you were at work you didn't necessarily want to deal with, but you finished what you were doing and you got in your car and you drove home, and then you got home and there was no time to make dinner, so you had a snack, and then the wife had a snack, yet you're hungry and you got to dig around in your refrigerator to try to make something tasty. I'm going to dig around in my refrigerator as to what I've got for leftovers. I'm going to make something decadent, because that's what I do. I make decadent things. I very rarely make shit that sucks. Sometimes, though, that shit happens. So, let's see what I got in my refrigerator. Alright, so, let's see. Got angel hair pasta, which I could do something with that, but I've got leftover beef stew, and I could probably actually do something with the beef stew and the noodles. But if you look up here, this is leftover donairs. If you don't know what donairs are, they're a kind of kebab that are famous in eastern Canada. And then there's my donair sauce, which is like condensed milk, cayenne pepper, more sugar, good stuff. So, alright, got my donair meat, and let's see. Do I have any open sliced Colby Jack? Well, I'm gonna go with sliced pepper jack, because we're just kind of on the fly with what's in the refrigerator. That's actually we found an Italian meat market while we were on the road, and that's a salami from an Italian meat market that's homemade. If you've never tried those pickles, please do. There's leftover bacon, but I will probably end up putting that bacon with that pasta at some point. This is a breakfast casserole that I make for the old lady, that if somebody wants to see that breakfast casserole, by all means comment on it. So anyway, so far we've got kebab meat, kebab sauce, pepper jack. Let's come over here to the bread section. We've got naan bread. Yeah, if you've never had naan bread, it's like pita bread but better, that you just kind of fold in half. If I'm not mistaken, naan is of a Middle Eastern origin. I could be mistaken. Anyway, let me show you how I'm going to put all this shit together. Alright, so the very first thing you're going to want to do is put your workstation together. Make sure you got your cutting board, you got your butter, you got your kebab meat, you shake the sauce, you got your cheese open. And at this point, I'm going to set the camera down from a different angle of the dangle, and show you how it is. I've come up with a kebab patty melt on naan bread. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, take out that delectable little naan bread. And again, if you've never had this stuff is, it's not very good cold. It kind of tastes like stale bread cold, but once you heat it up, there's like little pockets of things inside of this that expand. And it does great things. So I'm going to cut this with an eyeball at about half. Push it over there. So let's see. There's some kebab meat. Make sure it fits. And while my pan is preheating, I'm going to just throw that kebab meat over there into the frying pan for the moment. I should probably move that out of the way, which that's homemade kebabs. I'll do a video on how to make that at some point. If anybody's ever watched the Trailer Park Boys, they understand about the King of Donair is a big thing in Trailer Park Boys, and so I actually Googled like how to make donairs. And I mean, I put ground beef. You gotta beat it up like bread dough to get the correct consistency. But anyway, if anybody cares about what donairs are, you can Google them, or you can wait about a week until we run out of donair, and I'm probably going to make another video, because that's something that gets made around these parts on a semi-consistent basis. Anyway, so in order to make this patty melt, I'm going to make sure I've got cheese on both sides of this bread. You got to do a little bit of quality control. That is definitely pepper jack cheese. You just want to make the cheese fit the bread, but a little more quality control. Meanwhile, I'm just heating that donair meat. Kind of like to clean up as I go. Put stuff away. And I mean, like, you don't need this to be like super hot. You just want it to be warm before you put it in there, because then you're going to treat this like a grilled cheese sandwich. Alright. Mind you, this is pre-cooked, so you don't have to worry too much about food safety there, unless it's over 7 days old, in which you don't want it. So I'm going to take some of this condensed milk, cayenne pepper, the donair sauce, and just kind of a little bit. A little bit goes a long ways. Stick that cheese over the top of it. Pre-melted butter. Just rub the outside of that naan bread. And for those of you who are diabetic, this is not a diabetic friendly recipe by any means. Nope. I'm going to move the camera over next to the frying pan. Alright, so you'll see here I have a 6-inch NSF pan, into which some fucking asshole was trying to tell me the Teflon was coming off my pans and going into my food. If you look at my pans, yeah, they're missing sections of the Teflon that's on the inside of the pan, but they've been like that for years. And why that happened is because my ex used a Brillo pad on them and stuck them in the fucking dishwasher. None of the Teflon has come off since she stopped touching my dishes. So you're going to take that side, butter down, and then add a little bit more butter on the top, because you got to flip it over at some point. Shit's tasty. And then don't forget to throw all your pots, pans, and utensils in the sink, because your magic dishwasher, aka your wife, comes around at like 4:30 in the morning and washes all of the dishes for you. So while that goodness is doing what it's doing, I'm going to put the rest of this stuff away. So just watch the awesome happen. It's getting tasty. You'll see. You will see, you will see, you will see. And I'm actually going to put that cutting board back out, because I'm going to cut this so I can get an idea of the melt that's on the cheese. So if you guys want to see the recipe for the actual kebab meat that's in there, the donairs, I will do that for you. That is a Trailer Park Boys special. Yeah, it's good stuff. And I can do the condensed milk recipe that goes with it. It's the sauce that you put on it. It's quite tasty. Catch you guys when I flip it over. Bam! Right? We she goes, boys. The way she goes. Alright, so this bad boy is getting ready to come out of the frying pan here. Let's check the bottom. I need a little bit more. Yeah. I'm going to catch you with the cutting board. Alright. So this is naan bread, kebab meat, a little bit of sauce, and some pepper jack cheese. It's the kind of stuff that I like to make with leftovers. Because, I mean, the kebab meat, not last night, because last night was the chicken and spinach. The night before that was the naan and kebabs, which are known as donairs. But I like to make things out of leftovers. And if you got leftover shit in your fridge that is like less than a week old, you can always do something with it. You know, never hurts. You can always add a few things from your kitchen to it and make something tasty. Time for me to taste this. So, kebab patty melt. Oh, wow. You don't know nothing about this at all. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to take another bite on camera. Oh my God. It's so good. I mean, that's like, oh my God. That was like the first time you got your dick wet when you were 15 good. Oh my God. The naan is still light and fluffy, but it's got a crunch on the outside of it. Pepper jack cheese is melty. That donair sauce, I mean, it's condensed milk with some seasoning in it. It's like liquid sugar. This is not a diabetic friendly dish, might I include that. But dude, and when you got leftovers, you gotta make good stuff, man. I gotta show you guys how to make the kebab meat, because it's really good. Just ground beef, but you gotta beat it up in a certain way and cook it at a certain temperature. I mean, anybody who likes kebabs will like donairs. And then to have leftover meat of that, oh my God. There's not even words. I think if Guy Fieri came here tonight and I made him one of these, he'd be like, bro, what'd you even do? What'd you even do? I took a basic recipe for donairs that's available on the internet and I made meat, and then I turned it into a patty melt. Anyway, that's it for now. Like, share, subscribe. Eat a dick. An industrial sized bag of rotten ones. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Fuckers.